love for some of our African brothers and sisters to know is a lot of us, most of us, are not rich.
A lot of us, especially in nowadays, who have been called out by the Most High to come.
Exactly.
Most of us just pack up and leave, whether we have it or not. Are you trying to
Yes.
set me up? Do you want to rob me or something?
We don't.
Don't call me your master.
Yeah.
We don't like that thing.
Light of Africa, where we shine the light. All praises to the Most High. Light of Africa.
Yes, guys, so we recently put out a video about 7 things that diasporans should know about Africans, and now we're gonna flip it. This video, this is 7 things that Africans should know about Africans of the diaspora. Yes. Yeah, so let's jump right into it.
Yeah,
so
man.
the first and number one most important thing to me especially is that we're Africans too. Yes.
Yeah, we are Africans.
Yes.
Because believe it or not, we've met people here that don't know that we are Africans. They just think
Yeah.
that we have the same skin color, but we are not Africans.
I never spelled it.
Yeah.
Some of them don't even think we have the same skin color, if you ask me. So yeah, it's kind of sad,
Yeah.
but I think Africans need to know that we are also Africans
Yeah.
living outside of Africa, or who was born outside of Africa. And Muta Baruka always say, if a cow born in a pig pen, he's still a cow. He will grow up and say moo.
Facts.
Okay, so we are Africans, okay? Yeah.
Exactly. And as what you said, it's a little bit sad because, we come in here with a mindset of wanting to learn and talk to our African brothers and sisters and, find certain things that's not in history books and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then, I find that a lot of the times when I go to places, I have to be explaining to people like,
Yeah.
I'm African. I wasn't born here
Yeah.
on the continent, on the soil, but my roots are African.
We
And they're
are
like,
Africans.
what?
Yeah.
They're like, really? Like, yes, really?
Yeah, it's like we have to be teaching people, instead of learning. Because we come with the urge to, we will learn something new, we will get some
Yes.
history now. Only to realize that, most people don't know the history, and you have to be enlightening them. You have to educate them about your past history, because
And-
it's almost hidden from them, if you ask me. Yeah.
And it goes to show you, as what you said, it's almost hidden from them how good, I don't want to say good because I'm not bigging up the colonizers, but they really did a good job of really like shadow banning certain things and like separating us as a people and ripping away certain knowledge and information from us,
Culture.
because to know that our brothers and sisters here, a lot of them don't even know that their people were taken away, again, not necessarily from Ghana but all over Africa, especially West Africa, the settlers who came from the continent, from Eastern Africa,
Wow.
from Central Africa, and were scattered all over the world. You know what I mean? It's sad. It's really
Yeah,
sad. It's sad.
Don't quote me on this, but I heard that there are 50 slave dungeons, and 40
At least 40%.
at least 40 slave dungeon is within Ghana here,
Yes.
or West
Yes.
Africa here.
I think it's
In
here in
Ghana.
Ghana.
Yeah, so it's crazy. And how can you have this knowledge and not give it to the people?
Exactly.
I don't get it.
Exactly. Like, I'm not sure about Ghanaian school system, but I wonder like what is really being taught in that sense, because when we speak to like the little kids, so I was thinking, okay, well, maybe the elders might not know of some sort, but if we talk to the kids, they might have an answer, and when we talk to the kids, it's actually like,
It's worse. Some people have them as white people.
yeah.
Like, when you ask some people, they will say, "Oh, maybe it's because you speak English," but no, it's not that. Because if you are talking to somebody and they're comparing you to a Caucasian person, then you know it's not just the language. They are comparing your complexion to a Caucasian or to a Chinese. Then it's beyond the language that you speak. And yeah.
Well, I guess just as in the West, I got so lost in some things, but I guess just like how in the West, they did a very good job in the media of like portraying a type of culture and a
Yeah.
kind of way of how Africa is. I think it's the
Hungriness.
same. I think it's the same thing with how they portray our people to have some misconceptions of us and of who we are, I should say. So yeah, it's as what we said, it's sad. It is really sad, you know. But let's move on to number 2. So yeah, most of us, I think it would be very good for a lot of like the African brothers and sisters on the continent to know that like most of us come in here with good intentions. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah, like we don't come in here to like divide and conquer and rule like some of our old colonial
Yeah.
so-called masters.
We are not the colonizers.
Yes.
Most people, people who look like me have an interest in Africa to come and own something. Because in the West, most people, we don't really own anything. We don't really have generational wealth and stuff like that. So when we come to Africa, we are coming to build for self and build
Yes.
Africa as we build self.
Yes.
I don't think we're coming here with any negative intention of buying all these lands and taking it from them and having it for ourselves and have big businesses and all these things.
Exactly.
Now, I cannot speak on every diasporan, right? But I think the majority have very good intentions about Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
I
I
think
think
as well.
Africans need to know that. It's very important to know that most Africans returning to the land is not coming to take anything away. It's not coming to milk Africa like a cow. It's not coming to weigh down Africa in any way, shape, or form. We are here trying to enlighten brothers and sisters and to
Exactly.
build together.
Exactly. And we can move right on to number 3, which is
Yeah.
like most of us, I would say like most of us come in here to try to learn stuff as much as we can. As what we stated, we're coming here to
Yeah.
learn about our history, right? The good, the bad, the whatever, the indifference. We come here with some kind of knowledge, because if you think about it, right, guys, if you have passports, if you have travel documents to be able to go anywhere in the world, and you as an African in the diaspora, like based on what the perception is of Africa, you might not want to come here.
Yeah.
Right? You might
Yeah.
really not choose to come here. So I feel like if we as Africans of the diaspora return to the continent, most of us are coming for with good intentions, yes, but also to learn about our history, our roots, you know what I mean, cultures.
Yeah, and to connect too.
To connect.
And some people come here and whether they want to connect with the dark side or whichever side, like
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
not supporting the dark side whatsoever. I'm just saying people come here to connect and to to relate as well and to learn something. Even if they just come to travel, they want to bring back something, some form of enlightenment or something,
and feel as though they are a part of the majority, as opposed
Yeah.
to being overseas when you're in a mixed cultural society where sometimes you're the minority. So a lot of people come here and they want to be a part of the majority, right? So when we walk around and we see that a lot of the people, we share the same skin complexions and stuff, it does something for us. And unless you've gotten the chance to travel and be in that type of society where you are the minority, then you probably wouldn't understand. So that's definitely some things that I wish if our African brothers and sisters could take the time to really understand, overstand,
Yeah.
and get to know about us.
Yeah. Yeah. Coming from Jamaica, we are the majority there. So in terms of that, Ghana is very similar to Jamaica. I'm used to it, you know. And also from a tender age, we've been learning and hearing about Africa within our culture. It's
Yes.
embedded in us as Jamaicans, whether your parents or your family are African minded or not. Through the music, through reggae music, through dancehall music, through the everyday culture, through the school sometimes.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
embedded in us, you know, that we are Africans and, you know, we connect to our African tradition, even outside of Africa. So, yeah,
And whether we have some of the Jamaicans who don't want to claim Africa, because I've encountered that as well.
definitely.
You know? But guys, you're African.
Oh my God!
If
You're
you're-
African.
if a cow born in a pig pen is still a cow,
Amen.
not a pig. All right,
Yes.
remember that.
And next thing we would love for some of our African brothers and sisters to know is a lot of us, most of us, are not rich. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of us, yeah, like some people come here with a, you know, a lump sum of money. But if you check it, if you come here especially to live and you don't have a 9 to 5 and you don't have, you know, any form of income coming in, that money will finish. You could come here with $5 million. The money will run out fast too. You know, so we are not coming in here rich. And also a lot of us, especially in nowadays, who have been called out by the Most High to come.
Exactly.
Most of us just pack up and leave, whether we have it or not.
Exactly.
You know, most of us, we sell our cars if we have one, because not everybody in the West have cars. Yeah, some of us, you know, catch up in some small. Yeah, some of us, you know, catch up in some small apartment, you know, and have maybe a bicycle or something. And we have to sell them things just to buy plane fare to get to this place. And then when we come here, people have us as millionaires. So, you know, it weigh down on the spirit sometimes. But you just have to keep up, you know, just get running again, move forward. Decide. Yeah.
Yes, guys, but yeah, for real though, some of us come in here, we're not loaded, so just treat us with caution. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even though we say it, you're still not going to do it. But yeah, that's what enough we have to go through. You know, in order for it. Imagine the man from Jamaica coming here. Jamaican currency is way less than Ghana currency. And the Jamaican man have to go through Europe, go through all these places just to get to his homeland. You know, to come here for you to see him in his bush clothes or in his water boot, golash, and say, oh, this man is rich. You know, you can't get away from it. You know, so this is a message not just to the Africans here on the continent, but also to the diaspora too, because these are things that you will face. You know, you come in here as a regular poor man, and they will have you as rich people and try to take your stuff from you. Yeah, we have to be real. We have to be real out here. Yeah. Now bash Ghana, we now bash Africa, but it's reality, you know. Yeah, so number 5 now, seeing? Most diasporans we work off of, we like to get things done in a timely manner. You see it, you have some people from my country there in Jamaica that, you know, them not understand this as well, and I think it's coming from the African roots. But the African roots here, you don't do things on a timely manner. You know, and I would like to see our brothers and sisters here on the continent step up, you know, and once you say, okay, we can get this thing done in a week, we can understand and add 1 week to it and say, okay, 2 weeks. But if you tell us 1 week and then it go into 2 months, it's not good, brother. It's not good.
Yes.
It's not good. So, yeah, diasporans, they like to do things in a timely manner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, wherever it comes from.
Yeah.
You know,
because
even if it's not an African thing, this is like diasporans like to get things done in a timely manner. So, you know, respect that too, because we respect you guys.
yes.
Respect.
Because the thing is, we're coming from a fast-paced society, right? We especially like growing up in Canada, like things are done right away. You want to get something done, you get it done right away. You know, we're not
Yeah.
used to having to wait so long, and I understand that, you know, things are done a little different here where certain things are concerned. But with this being said, if you give someone a job or something to do and they give you a time frame, at least try to adhere to it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
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 But another thing that Africans should know about diasporans is we don't like certain terminology, right? We don't like
Yeah.
certain terms, certain words. Prime example is like master.
Yeah.
We
Don't call me a master.
Yeah.
We don't like that thing.
Yeah.
You know, even though it's contradictory, because then some people run down master's degree and stuff like that, which is, you know, it's confusing and it makes no sense. But this
Yeah.
is how we are as people.
Yes.
We don't like to be called master, so I don't want anybody to call me master. Oh, this is my master,
Yeah.
and my master this and my master. I don't like it. Me
Yeah.
personally, I don't.
I don't like it either because it reminds me of like some type of superiority that they did back in like the days with, you know, the slave trades and all that. And yeah, I don't like it, and I understand that this is how they refer to each other when you have a certain authority over someone, because I realize
Yeah.
even in the school systems as well, I believe the kids are supposed to call the principals and stuff like the headmasters and stuff like that. So yeah, I just don't really like the whole master thing, like, you know.
Yeah, the master term, no, it's not for me at all.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. So the last thing is our approach. Like, we have certain ways in which we approach each other as people of the diaspora, as Africans of the diaspora. Yeah.
Yeah, with the approach now, you know, it kind of affect me in a way, because I think it's because Africans are so chill and so friendly, that, and the trauma that we endure,
Mm-hmm.
like we've been through so much, and we've seen stories, and we
Mm-hmm.
experience so many things that you cannot just approach a certain way, like up in your business and asking certain questions, personal questions at that.
Yeah.
It make us feel a little uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that it's a normal thing here, and I know that it's nothing for you, but just understand that it's something for us,
Something for
because
us.
if, for instance, if you go to a lady and you start asking this lady, oh, I want to be your friend, you tell her, oh, I want to be your friend, then you ask her where she lives, and you want to come see her, or they do this thing to where, oh, I love you, I want to marry you, and the first time they're seeing you for the first time. That gives diasporans a creepy like
Yeah.
they start thinking stuff about you, like, what is
Yeah.
your motive? Are you trying to
Yes.
set me up? Do you want to rob me or something?
Something.
Negative intentions.
Mm-hmm.
So I would advise, my brothers here, when you approach a lady, and sisters as well, when you approach,
Yes.
people from the diaspora, slow down. Slow down.
Yes.
Take time to know them,
Yes.
Don't just jump in and you want to know where they live, and, where they work, and what's the landlord name, and stuff like that. These things happen to me, and I'm a male, and it makes me feel very uncomfortable. So imagine a female, having some big, guy approaching them and asking them these things. So, just be mindful, and take your time and creep in. Take your time and yeah, click in.
Yes, so these are some things that we would like for our African brothers and sisters here on the continent to know about us as diasporans. And again, we are not speaking on behalf of all Africans, and we're not speaking on behalf of all Africans of the diaspora, all diasporans. But these are just some things that we've realized. These are some things that we have been through. These are some situations that we have been in, and we thought that we'd share it. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely,
Yes. For any of you who are just tuning in, you are welcome. And for those of you who are back, we see you. So, yes.
Yeah, man. Big up on yourself once more. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment. Yeah.
Yes.
And until next time,
Peace, one love.